locally I do a lot of in-person stuff, but mostly what I do is virtual. So it lends itself to the entire department. And, although I do think in-person instruction is valuable and I love teaching in person for the agencies that are here locally, it's challenging to teach in-person classes because of the nature of your job. So, we have shift work. And when you teach in person outside of the academy, so the academy, that they have to be there, right? There's no option. Like, they're there. And so you have their attention and you walk in and you teach a class and everyone's there. And so, I think that when you start to expand and you start to consider the departments, because it's shift work, in-person classes really only lend themselves to a small percentage of people who are available that day, that time. So my focus has been primarily virtual so that we can really attract and, give resources to the entire department.
Okay. So let's explore that a little bit. So when let's say I'm, Eric Levine, I want to test out this yoga stuff. I see that my department has signed up to get us this virtual yoga course that we can do. One, is this like a pre-recorded thing? And then two, what do I need to already know? What can I expect on that very first day?
Yeah. So I work with departments, like you nailed it. So usually the departments are going to sign on, or actually exclusively the departments are going to sign on, and they're going to offer it for all of the employees. My process is super easy. You have your own login and they are all pre-recorded videos. So you can watch them 24/7, anytime, any place, any device. There's app capabilities. So you can, stream it up onto a TV if you'd like. You don't have to know anything. And that's kind of the beauty of it. This course I made specifically for first responders. So it's not something that I offer to the general public at all. I relate the job to what we're doing. I use my experience and I try to talk to you guys like, hey, you have back stuff, this is why, and this is going to help. And so, it feels like a really catered experience, and it's for all levels, and I teach in a way that I would teach at an academy or at a department. It's not the way that I would traditionally teach at like a yoga studio, because I know my audience. And so, the course itself has a little bit of everything: breathing, meditation, yoga classes, deep stretch classes. So really you can kind of pop in there and decide what you want to do that day. And I really wanted to make sure that everyone in the department felt like they were included and seen, and that there was a variety of options that they could jump into, whether they were, far in their career and they were, older, maybe they don't move as well, or if they're like fresh out of academy and, ready to go, type A, like want to do something really challenging. So,
okay. So one of the things that comes to mind is like, if I'm new and I'm starting this out, if you said this is pre-recorded, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how would what if I'm having trouble when I need like a correction or something? I'm like, shit, I don't have anybody how do people correct issues that they're having?
Yeah. So, throughout the course I teach very alignment based and tons of information. So throughout the course, you should feel like you know what to do. But if there's something that doesn't feel good or something where you're like, oh, I just don't get it, I'm always a resource. So throughout the course, there's my personal information where I've had students reach out to me. I'm also adding live stream classes soon.
Okay.
I don't want to really, that's a little leak.
Okay.
Little right. First intro like or whatever, but I'm adding live stream classes soon. And the idea of that is to give that personalized instruction where, we're going to do a short yoga class and then at the end Q&A. So I want you to feel like you have access to me. So it'll be every week. And, if you're not available, because again, shift work, it's challenging to nail down a specific day and time that works. So I'm trying to figure out what works out for the majority. But, those turn into pre recorded classes. So if you're not available,
Right.
then it just adds to your library. But for those that are, at the end, you have the opportunity to be like, Paige,
That would be awesome.
what about this? What about that? And so, yeah, I'm adding that hopefully July 1.
Okay. So when this goes down, I want to be a part of it.
Yes.
For one. Two, we can use my platform if you want. We'll stream it on my shit too. It's like, cause like, all my people are first responders and military for the most part. So that option's out there. If you ever want to do that, I'd be very interested. That'd be fun.
Amazing. Yeah. I'm just trying to do like everything that I can to make sure everyone feels like they're supported and they're seen. And I want them to feel really confident when they're doing the course and when they're practicing the classes that they're doing it correctly. And it's challenging and it's really overwhelming. And a lot of times you don't even know what your body's doing. You think you're doing something. And I'm sure you can attest to this, with jiu-jitsu or whatever it is.